This video continues the Semester in Regensburg orientation tutorial series and covers the topics of academics, excursions, and independent travel. In academics, we'll talk about the ways in which we conduct our classes and what the schedule is going to be like and what you can expect from class activities. The first link here is to the University of Regensburg, which is our home institution, and this is their English language link that allows you to find out information about the university and some of the other things that are going on there. Now, we're going to be using some Regensburg faculty for our German language, culture, and arts classes, and the way our schedule is going to work is during the first 2 weeks of the program, only the German language and culture classes will meet. The German classes will meet 5 days a week for 3 hours a day, and they'll get you off to a really good start in your German language courses. This is the 101 and 201 classes. The culture class will meet in the afternoon, and we'll work on getting you oriented to the city and seeing some of the major important sites that we'll see as we go along. The other classes, the Murray State classes and the art history classes and honors classes, will begin in the third week of the semester and continue throughout the semester. Now, typically those classes will meet 2 days a week for 2 hours a day, and German classes go back to 3 days a week for 2 hours a day after the first 2 weeks. Because it's a 2-class period per week schedule, we will have classes on Monday through Thursday. So normally you will have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off every week after the first 2 weeks of the semester. Now, sometimes we will have excursions that will be scheduled on Thursday afternoons of the week, but we will try and avoid those, and if they're necessary, give you plenty of advance notice so that you can start to begin your travel plans on Thursday evening for the 3-day weekend. All the classes that we teach, whether they're taught by University of Regensburg faculty, our Murray State faculty, our Murray State courses. There is no transfer requirement. There is no pre-departure equivalency agreement necessary because you're taking Murray State courses that fit into your Murray State schedule and your Murray State programs. We have a concentration of courses in university studies, but we also have some courses in history and business and nursing that help you advance your careers in those fields. The excursions and tours that we conduct in the program will be built into some of the class activities and schedules. Sometimes, most of those will be in the German culture class, but we will have assignments based on those excursions and tours in some of the other classes as well, so be on the lookout for those. We will also include in the schedule a fall break, which will allow you to get away for a full week and travel extensively. We will be done with classes on Thanksgiving. So the week of Thanksgiving, we will have classes and final exams that week, but we'll be finished by the Friday of Thanksgiving week. We'll have a short party, and then you're available to go off on your own for another extensive travel opportunity before the end of the program on roughly December the 6th, the first week in December. So that's the overall structure. You will hear more about academics from the professors of the courses that you're teaching for the arrangements of their courses and how they plan on conducting those. Excursions, this term is used to designate those activities outside of class which are built into the program. Most of the excursions occur within the context of 105, but there might be others that are in the art history class or other classes. If excursions are required for your class, then you're required to go on them. But you also have other excursions available to you for classes that you're not in. So if you're not taking the art history class, but they're going on an excursion that you would like to take, you do it. We will make you aware of all the excursions that are available to you, and you're welcome to go on any program excursion that you want. These are all included in your program fee. They're free of charge. Included in that is an extended 4-day or so excursion to Berlin, which is also built into the program. We'll take a bus. We will have some guided activities there. We'll do some class activities and some excursions in Berlin associated with some of the different classes, but you'll also have some free time to yourself to explore Berlin on your own. Now, the blog link that you see here is from several years ago, but it does give you an idea of some of the activities that we'll be pursuing over the course of the semester. It's in reverse chronological order, so if you want to go back through that and see what that schedule of excursions and activities might be like, you're free to do that. Now, independent travel is travel that you do on your own on the weekends. By on your own, I mean independently of program faculty or class activities. We strongly recommend that you travel in relatively small groups, but not on your own for independent travel. That you travel and stay together for purposes of support and safety as well. And again, after the first 2 weeks of the program, you'll have these opportunities available to you every week for 3-day weekends. You will also have a fall break and the early final schedule to give you 2 more opportunities for extended independent travel toward the end of the program. Some of the resources that you might want to use here, and this is a way that you can use your smartphones as well. This is a link to the City Guides program for Androids. These are M-Trip guides, and this is the guide for TripAdvisor's City Guides. City Guides are free. You simply install them on your smartphones. They are then offline. So you go to a city, you decide you're going to go to a city, for example, out of this list. You might decide you want to go to Paris or another city. You download that to your phone. The M-Trip guides cost you $4 a city. The TripAdvisor guides are free. But you download that application to your smartphone, and it's now available offline. So you have a map of the city that you can use anytime you want with your location services. You have descriptions of the major sites. You have some reviews of those sites from TripAdvisor, and you can use it as a method to find your way around the city should you get lost. And so this then is a way to prepare for the trip. It's also a way to record some of what you've done by saving some of the pictures of some of the places you visited, and using that as kind of a journal to keep up with your travels. And once again, those are available in either fee or non-fee options, depending on the approach that you want to take. The Deutsche Bahn link, which you have here, is to the English language version of the Deutsche Bahn site if you want to book travel by train. Now, for a lot of your short-term weekend travel, this is a very good idea to do. You might want to, for the longer-term travel or longer-distance travel over fall break or at the end of the semester, you might be interested in booking air flights. And so we have links here to some of the inexpensive air carriers in Europe, and also to cheap flights, which allows you to find fares in a variety of different places, to a variety of different places as you go. In addition to the resources that we have here, we have a guide that's prepared by one of our faculty members, and a link to Fedor's guides, which also provide a lot of information that you might want to use to prepare for your trip and to guide you while you're there. These maps show you essentially what students have done in various travel options during the program. The first one, this one, the Semester in Regensburg program. To get to that, I simply clicked on this link underneath the map, so the Semester in Regensburg program, and this one shows the places that we visit as part of the program itself. Now, I've come up with kind of a wide view here to make sure I get this one in. This is a monastery that we travel to down the Danube River early in the semester. That's at a bend in a very famous part of the Danube, as one of our excursions. And what you have listed here in the legend is the various student housing offices where the faculty lives, the train station in Regensburg, many of the sites that you have listed here with a little camera icon are places that are worthy of visit. They're famous historic sites within the city. And then the other icons show you places to eat, and also facilities that we're going to be using over the course of the semester. So here's a little cafe in the park outside the town, whereas here are some of the student housing that exists in the city, and the major train station is right here. So this gives you some idea of where we'll be going on excursions and some of the other types of sites that you might see around the city. And the other map that is available here is this one, which shows you destinations for weekends, fall, and winter breaks. If you click on the larger version of this map, this is what you'll see. And this shows various sites that students visit on the weekends or for longer breaks. Now, two of those sites, the ones in blue, Munich and Berlin, those are places where you'll visit through our regular excursions as part of classes. This house icon is Regensburg, and you see Munich is quite close, and we'll travel to Berlin together. The cities in yellow are sites that students typically visit on 3-day weekends. So those include Paris, Venice, Salzburg, Vienna, Budapest, Garmisch-Partenkirchen in Bavaria, and Prague. And they're very easily reached in the 3-day travel period that you can go over a relatively short period of time. The ones in green are places that students have typically visited over the fall break or in the winter travel period at the end of the semester. Those include London, Madrid, Dublin, Edinburgh, Copenhagen, Krakow, Athens, and Dublin. So they require a little bit more travel. Some of that is done by air. We have had people travel all the way from Athens back to Regensburg in a day and a half at the end of the fall break by ferry and train. Their recommendation at the end of that was that you not attempt that. They didn't enjoy the return trip as much as they thought they might, but that is still a possibility as well. Now, when you engage in independent travel on the weekend, it's very important that you use the Horizon system to let us know where you're going to go, let us know where you're going to be staying, give us as much information as you can about what those plans are. So if we should need to contact you, we can. The other thing, remember, back to mobile communications, it is important that you give us a cell phone number where we can call you if we absolutely have to for emergency purposes while you're on independent travel. Remind you as well, we're going to be talking about emergencies in the next system, but remind you as well that that you need to familiarize yourself with not only our procedures for emergencies and situations that arise in independent travel, but those that are described to you there in the IIS Study Abroad course, which describes the types of activities, the preparation you should make, and the types of things you should do should things arise as part of that process. And this concludes the orientation information on excursions, academics, and independent travel.